Welcome to this video presentation on film studies. Today we are analyzing very briefly the syllabus of the film studies paper. Everyone likes movies, to watch movies, to discuss about them. So when you study this paper, film studies paper, you will get a more close insight into the workings of cinema, its history, and it will make you a better viewer to understand the intricacies and the aesthetic beauties of cinema more properly. So coming to the syllabus, the film studies paper is divided into 4 modules. In first module, it is a basic introduction to the world cinema and the history of cinema. The module begins by asking questions like what is a film, the definition and stuff, and it discusses about the hybridity of cinema. As you know, cinema is a form which has got a combination of different art forms: music, acting, other cinematography, of different type of art forms. So it's a hybrid nature, and it has also got the mixing of different genres, literary genres in that matter. So the hybridity and fluidity of cinema is always there. And coming back to the language of cinema, that's the next point that discussed in your syllabus. Language of cinema, it is the basic unit. What is the basic unit? The visual language of cinema, the frame, how the visual language communicate with the audience. These ideas are discussed. The authorship discuss about the master. Who is the master? The artist behind cinema. Is it the writer? Is it the producer? Or is it the director? Or the screenwriter is the master? So the question of authorship has always been there in cinema. Whose product is cinema as an art form? That's the question. Then we start discussing cinema's history as a technical advancement, the beginning of cinema. Lumiere brothers in 1895 conducted the first film presentation. Workers coming out of Lumiere factory. So then it was not an art, it was just something, a technical innovation. So from that very state, cinema developed through leaps and bounds, and that history of cinema as a modern innovation is discussed there in the brief history of film technology. Then we are coming to a bit of a history of world cinema, the different film movements which occurred across the world, from Russia to France to India, from Germany to Hollywood. So different film movements, and what were their peculiarity, what were their features, who were the important personalities during this period. So that's discussed there. So that's the first module, a basic introduction, definition of terms, establishing some ideas, and also some history of the world cinema, especially of film movements. The second module, that is Indian cinema, that is the history of Indian cinema and Malayalam cinema, which focus on the beginnings of Indian cinema and Malayalam cinema and how they developed from there. So Indian cinema, the father of Indian cinema, Dadasaheb Phalke and his Raja Harishchandra, and during the 30s and 60s, and who were the major stars, major films, what were the landmarks, achievements of Indian cinema. These ideas are discussed there, and also the beginning of Indian parallel cinema, Satyajit Ray onwards. In Malayalam cinema, the same pattern follows. The beginning of Malayalam cinema from Vigathakumaran, the various personalities, big studios, Maryland, Udaya, and also the beginning of art film movements in Kerala, Adur Gopalakrishnan, Aravindan, Shaji and Karun, and other such personalities, and also the contemporary trends, the contemporary filmmakers in Malayalam cinema is discussed there. Third module is focusing on the relation between literature and film, how both these influence each other, contribute to each other. Films has always been looking to literary forms in terms of their content. There are many novels, many dramas which have been adapted into films. So, what makes adaptation a good one or a bad one? What is their features? What are their what are the elements that should be there? What are the elements that could be avoided in either of the forms when they are adapting from each other? So these ideas are discussed in literature and film. The third module is for close viewing and close reading. And for close viewing, we have got 4 movies prescribed in our syllabus: Psycho, Rashomon, My Fair Lady, Chemmin. Psycho, you might have seen the movie. It is by Alfred Hitchcock, American movie. Then Rashomon, a Japanese movie directed by Akira Kurosawa. My Fair Lady is again from America. It's America or England, I don't know, but it is by George Cukor, and it's based on a play by George Bernard Shaw. Not My Fair Lady. The name of the play is Pygmalion. And Chemmin, as you know, it's by Thakazhi Shivashankarappilla's novel, and it is made into a film by Ramu Karyad. These are the 4 movies for close watching, and we will be watching them in our classrooms. Apart from that, university has given a suggested viewing list of some classics as well, and among these movies, we will try to see these 2 movies, Victoria D. Sica's Bicycle Thieves and Sergei Eisenstein's Battleship Potemkin, because these 2 showcases or representative examples of 2 important film moments. So we'll try to see these movies as well, but it is advisable that you all see all these movies, and if time permits, we will try to see all these movies as well in our classrooms. So these are the 4 movies, and after seeing the movie, we should discuss these movies in up close, and in terms of examination point of view, essay questions can be asked from this particular section, and it's very important, and you have to have a very thorough knowledge of these 4 films to be sure. So these is the syllabus of the film studies paper. 4 modules are there. As I said, this paper is very interesting, and I think majority of the things that we discuss in this paper are known to you. It is just a matter of getting the technical terms right for you. So that's the basic idea. So you're already familiar with these many of the things, but there are some things that you should know also, and I hope that you just go through the syllabus and try to familiarize the whole thing. And in the coming days, we will be discussing some topics from this through our online presentation, and the next class will be about film genres. So it's a general topic, it's a beginning topic in the whole bunch of films that are being produced every year, or the whole plethora of films. All the films can be classified into different genres. There are many different genres of films: action, romance, likewise. So next class we'll be discussing these concept of film genres, and what are the different film genres, what are the movies, what are the important movies in these genres. That idea will be discussed in our next class. Okay, so thank you for your patient listening.